Alright guys, today we're back again with the Building Viewer Loadouts. This is episode 11 and we're going to be taking a look at a loadout for Darth Madrid. I put in Discord, asked for the submissions, and they have asked for a $500 loadout that is black, silver, and white, and the only specification they had was that the AK had to be very specific. And yes, you may notice I have no knife and gloves myself at the minute. Hopefully for the future videos that will be fixed. So straight away when it was black and silver, I knew we had to look at the unhinged gloves. Obviously they are perfect for the black and silver, especially when you're fitting into this budget. I ended up going minimal wear for $143 and then paired it with a Huntsman knife Damascus steel in minimal wear for $190. So you are spending $333 off that $500 budget on a combo, but spending $300 off the $500 on the combo does make sense here. So we're a little bit over, but it does still come out looking really good. With the CT agent, I decided to go for Michael Cypher's FBI sniper. I wanted to at least have some gray coming through. I know it's not technically there in the black, silver, and white, but I think it can do the job. Plus, it is one of the cheaper agents. If you're wondering what he actually looks like from a third-person perspective or whatnot, this is it here for $6.75. Now, let's look at the CT pistols. Up on the USP side of things, we are going to have a field-tested print stream for $37. I really like the print streams because they look still so clean in field tested, and that means the value for money offering is quite strong. For the PD50, it's going to be a cartel, and are really going to be playing in on that silver theme, but there are some nice black accents as well. Now, it's $8 minimum wear, maybe a little bit more than I would like to spend, but you do also get to use it on T-side. And another one you get to use on T-side, obviously, is the Desert Eagle. This is another print stream, also in field tested, and it is about $34. So the USP and the Desert Eagle print streams are very closely priced together, and both of them in field test look pretty damn good. I do try to save money in areas like the Joe Berettas, so I've gone for the ventilators here, which are 12 cent in minimum oil. Now, granted, this has an accent color, and with that, maybe you don't vibe with that Darth Madrid, but he didn't stay it, so I'm hoping that you'll be fine with it. This is kind of like that gunmetal gray, black with those accent colors. What is definitely silver though, and pairs in it really nicely with the gloves here, is the 5.7 silver quartz. It is factory new, it is 82 cent. Oh, there you go, the server was lagging while I was trying to inspect there. That's not very 14 ping off the server. The server has settled itself. Here you go, the silver quartz under $1. Factory new. I was very tempted to go towards the featherweight for the MP9, and it gives us really cheap option, easy peasy, but I decided to go for the Arctic Tritone. Now, this does have a bit of like black, silver, grey palettes through it, and a lot of white, and then the orange accent, but overall I do think it looks pretty good as a skin. It is minimal wear for $7.70, so you are going to pick up some scratches. Then we have the MP7 Armor Core. Cheap and cheerful is what you want for an MP7 skin. 17 cent here for minimum wear, and with the gloves again, that black and that silver are working really well together. One of the nice things with black loadouts is that you can get the carbon fibers, and most of them are very reasonable. Some of them are a little more expensive because of collections, but 14 cent for a factory new UMP carbon fiber is really nice to have as an option here. And then because it's black and white, much like the print streams, when you get to the XM, you get to use the likes of the black tie, which is just over $1 in minimal wear, but does look considerably clean, and XM obviously is very meta in CS2 these days. And then finally on that mid-tier area, we're going to go for the Swag 7 Mag 7. It's 80 cent in minimal wear. Again, it's one that I think pairs really nicely with the glove, so this is really showing that even on these lower budgets, and in the grand scheme $500 is a lower budget, you can definitely still cook up a very nice looking theme loadout. Then on the M4s, kicking it off with the M4 A1S, I'm going to go for the basket. Now, there was no way we were going to get the M4 print stream in here unless we went battle scarred and like didn't have a knife potentially, so I thought going basket made the most sense. This is black with this sort of grey color throughout it, so I think overall it fits into the thing that you're after for $9. The M4A4 is kind of perfect. You can get a magnesium, and now this is well under $1 for minimal wear, and obviously this is screaming that silver that you like, with that flame gets a really nice sort of lighting effect on it as well for a budget skin. Over on the upside of things, obviously the budget rolled out the option of a graphite, but we can still get the Black Nile in minimal wear for $3.80. Again, a skin that I think value for money wise is very strong, and if you are on a budget loadout in general looking for an op like Black Nile, Atheris, Mortis, Duality, all four of those are fantastic options to have. When I was initially planning, the FAMAS looked like I could have gone for the Jin, but I didn't want to spend that much for a FAMAS skin, even though they are more like viable now. So $3.45 for a field tested Sergeant is what I ended up going with, and I think overall for the price you're paying, it still fits in pretty nicely with the sleeves of the agent and then the gloves as well. And finally, the awkward pick here is the AUG. The wings really would have been a pick, but it's like $20. There's no way you're paying $20 for an AUG in a $500 loadout. So you're going to Indigo Tomcat, it has lots of sort of grey-ish colours on it, and it's 13% minimum wear, so you're not breaking the bank, and that covers everything on the CT side. Now let's look at the T side. Now, on the T side for the Agent, we managed to get some very nice accent colours coming through. This is Sir Bloody Silent Darrow, and at the time of planning, which was 7th of March, by the way, $30 basically on the nose for this. You can see there is a silver watch along with the bracelet, and this is how he looks in game, which means just with the gloves that are black with the silver accent, this is pretty much a perfect Agent. For the Glock, I was a little torn between the Wraith or the Ironwork, but as you can see here, I ultimately went for the Ironwork. This is minimal wear, and it is about 40 cents. The Wraith is only a little bit more expensive, so you look at that and you do prefer it, you could also go for it, but I quite like how this silver looks, particularly with the gloves. Now, obviously, the P250 and the Deagle are the same as we had on the CT side, so we're going to jump to the Tech 9, which is going to be the cutout. Now, this is $3.90 minimal wear. You might deem this as a lot to spend on a Tech 9, but I cannot express how much damage myself and Elixir as a team have been doing on Tech 9s recently, so you should and could get away with using them a lot more in matches. And for that, you want a nice skin. Then we have the first of 2 tuxedos that I'm going to suggest. Yes, there is a ZZ Silver, but for the price of it, although it's not crazy expensive, the ZZ's hit and miss. Like Darth Madrid, you might not even want one. So I thought Tuxedo for 77 cents was kind of a sweet spot to rock. And as I'm mentioning these silver skins, we can actually get the Silver Mac 10. Now, this is literally 14 cents for factory new. So in comparison to the gold brick, this is incredibly cheap, and it really delivers what we need with this entire combination going on. I have somehow been suggesting the Lumen in a few videos recently, definitely over this last month. $1.19 minimal wear. As I always say, the magazine is literally a torch, and obviously plays into the Lumen name, and it is this like really full black with some grey accents. Now, if I'm being real, the P90 I was stuck, but I actually kind of like what I came out with. This is the Ashwood. It's 12 cents for minimal wear. Now, the preview did look different, and I don't know much about this skin, so I'm wondering, is this pattern based? But either way, 12 cents for this minimal wear, and it surprisingly matches quite well with the gloves, which has me thinking for my own loadout changes, there's got to be like at least 5 skins out there that I've just been sleeping on because I default to what is like the most popular and sought after. I did promise another tuxedo would come through, and it is this time on the KL. This one is under $1 as well, and it will cost you 95 cents for minimal wear. Now, the one request that Darth Madrid had was that we have an AK-47 slate, so I have held that up. We have a minimal wear slate here for $6.50, and I can't lie, this is one of the more commonly suggested sort of combos for budget loadouts because the unhinged are neutral, they work so well. But you can't lie, with a slate, this looks good. If you could get silver foils, like silver holos could be good, but foils with that silver effect could look really nice as a craft potential here. To give an example, these are TSM foils from Cat 015, so they are $50 a sticker. It was the fastest one I could get, but you can kind of see what I mean with making it play into the combo if you could find budget versions, maybe from like the RMR. Now, the last 2 skins, the Scout, I'm actually going to suggest the Rapid Transit. Now, that's because you did say black, silver, white, and this has a white base with a lot of really nice 3D matte black on it, and then obviously it's got some multicolor coming through as well, but overall it's a white and black skin, and it's under $3 these days for minimal wear, and it's one of the newest in the game. Now, I'm going to have a bit of a hear me out pick for the SG, because it is going to be the Cyrex, which costs $7.50 in minimal wear, but $7.50 is a bit wild to spend on SG, I will be honest. I'm hoping it becomes more meta, but outside of the Hypnotic and maybe a Damascus Steel, which I think both look awful, I was like, let's try and get some color pop in here, and I can kind of do it here. And still, the total cost of this loadout comes out at $501.51. So we are pretty much bang on budget here for you, Darth Madrid. Now, I will say, initially, I had field-tested gloves planned, which would save you about $40, and the total cost would go down to $460. But overall, for $501, I think this is a pretty banging loadout. The picture theme really nicely. So you can let me know what you think of it, if I cooked or not, but I think I did a good job overall. And if you've been watching this and you're wondering how you can get involved with these viewer loadouts, well, I just built a full loadout for you. I announce it in the Discord ahead of time, and you guys can send submissions in, and I'll go through and pick them and feature them. If you want to skip the queue, you can become a YouTube member, and you get priority, and you'll basically become the next one that I do. And if you do want to become a YouTube member, you hit the join button down below. It'll give you all the information. And while we're on that topic, a big thank you to the current YouTube members that support the channel. You guys have all been covered with the very first videos. I'm going to end my waffle in there. Hit that like button if you enjoyed it. Hit the subscribe button if you're new around here. The lag has a very cool animation go on, and I'm going to catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.